I'm Honolulu, and I've been drawing my subscribers' OCs, and I thought it would be fun to do a longer recap video of the past month of the characters that I drew. And also, if you're interested in having me draw your characters, check out my community posts. I might make a more detailed video on how to enter and have your OCs drawn by me. Anyway, this first one is Eric Lokison. He was made by my friend Ella Bella Girl. I will have all the original creators of these linked in the description of my video in case you want to check out their art if they have any, or just in general to add credits to them. Eric is an interesting character to me because he's kind of human looking. Honestly, a lot of these characters were fairly human looking until the very last one, which is fun. Just most of my characters that I draw in my free time are not very human-like. Though that's not to say that they're like boring or something. I just enjoy adding a bunch of little details and unrealistic features to my characters. Though these were really fun to draw because I had no idea who they were or what their stories are. I kind of have a general idea, like Eric is supposedly the son of Loki. Now, I don't really know a ton about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't think he's a canon character. She made him up for some stories, I believe. But yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing this character in particular because he reminds me of one of my own OCs, William, which I should probably put in a picture over here. Future me will edit that in. They seem also pretty similar in character type. Mainly the nose and such. Well, I mean, she gave me actors as references for the facial and hair features and pretty much anything physical aside from the clothes, I guess. And the other thing is I had a problem with the dagger. I knew he had some sort of knife because she sent me a Google Doc detailing the character details, but I didn't know what the knife looked like until she sent me a reference, so I got that in later after the sketch. I'm also not quite sure why I added this little potion in the bottom left corner. I think it's because he's supposed to be like the god of medicine, so I thought it would be fun to add in a little potion bottle, also because I enjoy drawing potion bottles. I also really like his messenger bag. Again, it reminds me of William. Just a lot of his aesthetic reminds me of William to some degree. One of my favorite characters that I've made so far, but that's probably why I'm comparing him to this one a lot. But yeah, this is Ella's character. I had a lot of fun drawing him, and I really hope to draw some more of her characters in the future. We'll see how many entries I get, because she does have 2 other characters that I am hoping to draw if I don't get very many entries in the next couple of months for drawing original characters from other people. But otherwise, I kind of hope to learn some more of these characters' lore as I go. I don't know, I just have a lot of fun learning lore. And now moving on, we have Nico of the Angels OC, Caspian, or otherwise known as Cass, as you can tell by some of the parentheses. I found Cass particularly interesting due to the, I believe, genetic disorder that he has, where he has like hypermobility in his joints, therefore he needs those arm braces, so that way I assume he doesn't fall over due to the joints moving the wrong direction. At least that's what I gathered from my very, very brief research, aka a single Google search, into the description of what exactly it is that he has. But he's also a pyrokinetic in addition to having this interesting genetic disorder, which I think is pretty interesting because you both have the really cool, like, being able to set things on fire, but also the drawback of not being super mobile or being hypermobile in a way. And I almost wonder if perhaps the flames that he is able to produce is kind of the cause for why his joints are super mobile, because, you know, when things get heated up, they sometimes become more flexible, similar to like plastic or something, but I don't think he's made of plastic. But just an interesting idea that I had while drawing this character, but not mine, so I can't really say one way or another how this actually works or how these two particular things connect. I also really liked the flame detailing on his little braces. I didn't catch every single little detail, but I did have a lot of fun drawing these characters. Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to drawing another character from Nico in the future. Next we have Peakart and her persona, Peakart. She gave me so many references for this character. I was so happy about it. Oh my goodness. She's a really cute character to draw. I loved the pose that she did in quite a few of them. She used this pose for this one drawing, but I really enjoyed that it was incorporated for several reference sheets, and all the color palettes and everything were perfect. I had a lot of fun using them, though I do improvise with shadows and stuff. I did try to stay true to the color palette. I kind of wish I did better with the hair, but I had a lot of fun trying out that new technique where just coloring in the hair black and then turning the line art white. It's something that I really enjoy is characters with black and white hair, so it was really fun figuring out how to shade that type of hair. I don't really know a lot about this particular OC. I do know that she's a persona for this lovely YouTuber, but I don't really know much else about her. I know that she likes a few of the things that are included in this little box that she included, like her likes and dislikes and such, but like lore-wise, there's not a lot to go off here, probably because she is a persona, but oh well, I hope to learn more about it in the future. This next one, my friend made and didn't really want to be credited properly for some reason. So she's requested that I refer to her as my friend specifically. So that's why I don't have any channel to at or anything to really credit. She's pretty skittish about being online, but her characters are awesome, and I am so happy she at least let me draw them and show off at least two of her doodles of this character on YouTube. I don't blame her for being shy, but like, come on girl, your art and your stories are so cool. I'm hoping someday she'll actually write a book and make these characters into an actual story that you guys can also enjoy and not have to scour the internet to figure out where in the world are her stories being told. And I will not be telling you where because I want to respect her privacy. But anyway, this little character is like a little imp of some sort. It collects bones and mix matches body parts, therefore drawing it is so much fun because it didn't have to be super accurate, but just had to capture the essence of what this character was about. And honestly, that was a lot of fun. I had never drawn bones, so it was kind of intimidating, but since it didn't have to be super accurate or really functional, it worked out. Anyway, those are all the original characters that I drew for February, and I have at least 5 more that I plan to be drawing from March through April. There are 3 slots open in April if anyone wants to have their character drawn that late in the year. I'm trying to do 1 per week, so you'll be seeing a post of these characters that I've drawn at least once a week, and then a recap video at the end of the month, I hope, at the very least. So yeah, if you would like your character to be drawn, I suggest that you subscribe so that way you can post in my community. You have to have been a subscriber for over 24 hours in order to be able to post in my community. The main reason I do this is so that way you guys can see the final product. I will include the handle for your channel, of course, but I also want to make sure that even if you somehow miss that notification, you'll still be able to easily find where your character has been drawn, and also updates on when you should expect to see your character. Another reason is just because it kind of boosts my motivation to draw your characters. It's like a little mini trade. You subscribe, I give fan art of your OCs, basically. And yeah, that is the main thing. The other few rules that I have are, well, please refrain from including any characters that may be inappropriate in any way, like overly gory or overly sexualized, because I do have some younger people in my audience, mainly being my cousins and people that I know, that I just don't really want exposed to that type of theme. So just please be aware that if your character does cross a certain line, I will be removing it entirely from my channel, as in like removed from the community if you post about them, and possibly blocked from the channel entirely, just because I just want to make it clear how serious I am about, I do not want anything that is not appropriate for kids on here. It's just something that I care very deeply about. So just be aware of that. Though that's the main thing that I don't want to appear in my community, but what I would love to see from your characters' descriptions are some sort of like backstory or little like what's going on with your character, like why do they have certain details. You also don't have to include that if you don't want to. I just find it personally more interesting, and I'm more apt to pick your character, though since there aren't very many people actually submitting their characters to me, your character's probably going to get picked anyway, but I'm more apt to be motivated to draw your character if I know a little bit about them. You can also, if you don't draw, you can use like Roblox, or you can use like any sort of avatar creation, or like if you've ever used Gacha, you can use those types of things to modify a character. And if you just want to use that because you don't know how to draw but would still like your character to be drawn, I am totally down for that. I also don't mind if instead of submitting a character that you created, you want to have a character that you like from a show or a game drawn. I'm more apt to pick things from shows that I know and don't have to research, but yeah, if you want me to draw fan art, all you gotta do is just say, hey, can you draw this character, instead of like, hey, can you draw my character? I honestly just want to draw things to kind of engage with the community and see what you guys want me to draw. I thought that drawing your characters would be a nice way to start, just to show off like, hey, this is what I can do. But also, if you want a particular character from a show or game to be drawn, that would also be totally cool. But anyway, that's all I have for this particular video today, and I hope to see more of your characters and your favorite characters in my community whenever. And also, you will be notified with a little heart on your post if I plan on drawing your character in the upcoming months. I will try to notify you as soon as possible when I know exactly when or what month I plan to be drawing your characters in. Anyways, done for real this time. See you in the next drawing of your OCs. Bye bye!